there is one thing you should know about me is that I absolutely love romanticizing my life, but in the winter I find it a little bit more difficult to romanticize aspects of my life. So in this video I'm going to be giving you my tips on how to romanticize your winter and make the most out of this like cold, dreary season. I personally did not experience seasonal depression until I moved to New York City last year. It was so dark, it was so cold, I never wanted to leave the house. So I compiled a list of things that helped me last year to share with you guys because winter can be so hard on many of us. A lot of holidays can be hard for people. And even after the holidays, I think that that's the hardest part for me. Like January, February, March are the hardest months of the year for me because you don't have like the bright Christmas lights anymore. You don't have really anything to look forward to. It is just dark and cold and just, winter just is not my favorite season at all, which is funny because I'm actually a January baby and I even dread my birthday just because there's nothing to do. Like I never got to have like the summer fun birthday parties, but there are some things that we can do to make winter a little bit better. The first thing I have on my list is to read a winter book. That way your mind can go somewhere different, and it also allows you to enjoy like the little parts of winter that you might not think you can romanticize. I am reading Made in Manhattan. That's different than M-A-I-D in Manhattan. It's M-A-D in Manhattan, and it's actually set in New York City in the winter time. For me, I love reading a book and actually like engulfing myself in the book, like putting myself in the book, imagining myself as maybe one of the characters. I'm not that big of a reader. I don't read a lot, but during the winter I do find myself gravitating more towards books, and I like the more fun, light-hearted books, especially during the winter months. Another way I love romanticizing my life in the winter is to go on color walks, and I'm not sure if you guys have seen this on social media, but a color walk is basically where you choose one color, and while you're on your walk you look for things that are that specific color. So maybe you pick red, yellow, pink, and while you're on your walk you just look for things that are that color. I recently did this on like the coldest day that we've had in the city so far, and it made my walk so much more enjoyable. I decided to make my walk a little bit longer because I just wanted to see what other things in that color I could find. So when you are going on the color walk, like of course bundle up in your warm coat and your favorite hat, maybe go get like your favorite sweet treat or like warm beverage. A lot of the time when I'm on a walk I just find myself kind of like rushing through it, like just trying to get to point A to point B, like back home, or I find myself going on my phone. And by doing these color walks it helps me be more intentional with my walking and also be more in the moment. I love going for walks in the morning while it's still sunshine. I think it's so important during the winter months, since it does get dark so early, to actually enjoy and be awake as much as you can during the lighter moments of the day. Even when it is like kind of dreary and it might be cloudy, it's still important to get out of the house, and also you can like reward yourself with like a little sweet treat or like your favorite warm cup of coffee. Winter is also the time that I love exploring different coffee shops to see like the warm type cozy setting that they have too. This is something I stand by, and you need to make your bed every single morning. Since my sophomore year of college I have been posting on my Instagram stories, like making a little poll to encourage others to make their bed in the morning. I typically have like a couple of options like yes, not yet, or like fur baby sleeping, which Ella's sleeping right here. I don't know if you can see her. Lemon just walked out of the door. But not only does it help my mind like just stay kind of clean and uncluttered in the morning, and obviously it helps me not get back in the bed. If my bed is made, I'm not going to climb back in the bed. But this is also my first accomplishment of the day, and it always starts my morning on a positive note. Like I've already gotten one thing accomplished and I just stepped out of the bed. Mornings can be very chaotic, so I encourage you to create a morning routine that you love and that you look forward to. To me, the setup to a perfect day starts in the morning. So maybe this means you're going to be trying a different coffee recipe in the morning. Maybe you're going to wake up 10 minutes early to read a devotion or to take time to pray or have some alone time. Or that could also look like maybe doing more things the night before, maybe setting out your clothes the night before, doing some overnight oats so you can just grab them and go in the morning. That way you aren't feeling as rushed in the morning. I find my morning routines to be the easiest to romanticize, to be able to have my cup of coffee, take some time for myself, look out the window, say some positive affirmations, like say what I'm thankful for. Like the positive self-talk in the morning is a big part of my morning routine. And by having this curated morning routine for whatever it looks like for you and what works with your schedule, you're going to go to bed looking forward to the next day. You're going to look forward to waking up in the morning. You're going to look forward to that cup of coffee. Maybe you're looking forward to that quiet time. The biggest tip I have for anyone who is in their adulthood life is to start a new hobby, specifically winter. Winter is the best time to start a new hobby. I started ice skating in the dead of winter this year, and it was the best thing I could have done for my mental health. And now I'm still continuing doing my ice skating lessons. I've vlogged some of it for you guys, and it's a way for me to move my body, get my mind somewhere else, and it's something that I look forward to weekly. Hobbies can literally be anything. I think that hobbies are such like a broad category that so many people think you have to do like the mainstream things as a hobby, but this could just be reading more books, books. This could be painting, sketching, writing, baking, dancing, yoga. For me, I used to love baking when I was younger. I actually had like a small business that I ran on the weekends, literally out of my mom's house to make some extra money when I was in high school. And I loved making birthday cakes and cupcakes and sweets. Like that was just my hobby when I was in high school. And I really fell out of it when I moved out by myself. And I think it's because I didn't have anyone to actually enjoy the sweet treats. Like when I was in high school, I could bring them to my high school for my friends. I could make them for my mom. I could bring some to my aunt, but I'm not letting it stop me this year. I am determined to bring it back into kind of like my hobby circulation. I've already been doing so much better. There's just something about fresh baked goods and the smell of it like in your home that just is so delightful. So think about like your interests, think about things that you want to do, and the hobby you don't have to do solo. I think that it's really important to have human connection, even though it's like so dreary and winter just makes you want to like hermit in your home and like hibernate. Maybe this is something you can do with your best friend. Maybe you've been wanting to hang out with like a certain group more that maybe you've kind of neglected in the years past. This is a really great way to reconnect with people. I feel like to fully romanticize your life, you need to know what you're wanting to romanticize and have an idea of what that looks like for you. One way I've been able to do that is to create a Pinterest board specifically for like maybe your aesthetic, maybe it's specifically for winter. I've really gotten back into Pinterest. That was another thing I loved in high school. I don't know if that's like when Pinterest actually started, but I loved Pinterest. Like I had boards for everything, and I've recently this year dabbled back into my Pinterest. I love using this as a way to slow down before bed. Like if I'm in bed and I'm on my phone, I am not allowed to go on any other social media platforms. Like I just cut it off. I have time limits on them. It's just not good for my mental health to constantly be on social media. But one social media that I do love, if you count Pinterest, is Pinterest. It helps my brain slow down. It helps me just look at positive quotes, helps me look at like aesthetically pleasing pictures. To me, I'm like a very visual person, so Pinterest is like a dream for me. So I encourage you to create like your dream winter life on this Pinterest board, like outfits, aesthetic, maybe it's like drinks or food, and like your overall mood for this season. I also love adding cute and encouraging quotes to my Pinterest board too, because once like you start building your Pinterest board, it's going to be so nice just like to scroll through and see like all of the pins that you collected for your Pinterest board. And while you're scrolling, you're going to see like those encouraging, uplifting quotes, which like I was mentioning earlier, that positive talk is so important. Talking more about creating a playlist for winter of your favorite songs. How often do you just go on your phone and you just hit shuffle of like all the songs and you're just like listening to like a bunch of different songs? Or maybe you're like me and you just listen to like one artist. Like I will literally just listen to Taylor Swift. And I love Taylor Swift, okay? I am a huge Swiftie, but a lot of her songs are sad, and I feel like if I'm having a sad day and I listen to a sad song, it's not helping me whatsoever. Instead of doing that, create a playlist of all of your feel good, happy songs. To me, I always look for things that are upbeat. It's from like my favorite movie, like Legally Blonde specific. I love the soundtrack of Legally Blonde. It is so uplifting. It's so encouraging. It's like girl power. I look for songs that make me feel like I'm the main character and just overall make you want to smile and get up and dance and sing to it. Like that's the vibe that you're wanting for this playlist. And once you create this playlist, if you want to like listen to it while you're on your color walk, like it's just going to make things so much better. You guys need to start dressing up. For everything, for anything and everything. You're going to grab a coffee, you're going to put on a cute matching set, and you're going to put some earrings on. You're working from home? All right, we're going to put on a cute top. In the words of Oscar Wilde, you can never be overdressed or overeducated. Maybe this means finding a ballet or an opera to go to this winter. That way you can wear that dress that's collecting dust in your closet. Or maybe it's going on a date night for you to go shopping and actually be like intentional with your purchases. But you don't have to have like an extravagant event to dress up. You can dress up for everything, and that is something that I have loved doing. And that's one of my favorite ways to romanticize my life is dressing up. People really underestimate how dressing up and making yourself feel better on the outside can really help your mindset and like what you feel on the inside. Of course, in the winter, I think that we all stay home a little bit more, so it's important to make your space cozy. I love having candles lit in the winter, especially like the vanilla or like sweet scented ones. I also love having mood lighting around this time of year too, especially now that it starts to get dark at like 4:15 p.m. I'm like, I need some light in here, and I just don't like overhead lights. I don't know why overhead lights. I would rather have a lamp on. I'd rather have a candle lit. And it is November, so I have my Christmas tree up right now, and the Christmas tree is wonderful, but when that Christmas tree gets taken down, it's kind of sad. So I encourage you to find lamps, fairy lights, maybe like light up signs that you can have around your space, your home, your room, to keep your space light but still like have that cozy vibe. I also love bringing out all of my chunky thick blankets and like putting them around the apartment. Like I have one on my desk chair right now, have one at the foot of the bed, I have some on the sofa, I have some outside like even on our balcony. I'm going to be honest, I hate winter fashion, but This year, I have decided to try and fully embrace this instead of just like turn like my head like, ugh, like just completely neglecting, like just not even paying attention to the winter fashion. So this winter, we are going to buy like a new pair of cozy and warm fuzzy socks or a new sweater. This doesn't have to be like the most expensive cashmere sweater or like barefoot dream socks. Like, no, no, no. Like we can go to Target, we can go to Walmart, we can go to TJ Maxx. Like we can find things on a budget. Honestly, I actually prefer like TJ Maxx for like scarves, hats, cozy socks. Oh my gosh, they have some of the best cozy socks. Have it be like a whole event. Like dress up, go to TJ Maxx, get a warm sweet treat or like a warm cup of coffee or tea, and go out and just do like some winter wear shopping. And you don't even have to get a lot. It can literally just be one pair of socks or just one sweater, one hat. This has me look forward to things in the winter. Like, okay, like I'm waking up and I'm about to like make my morning cup of coffee, but I do have these new socks. So let me put on my new fuzzy socks. Also, I just got a warm fuzzy robe too. Oh my gosh. It is so delightful. I got like this plush fuzzy robe and it's so great for the mornings because it's so chilly in the apartment in the mornings. And I love putting that on. It's just like, being warm inside. It's so great. And the last tip that I have for you guys is try and see the good in people and in things. It is really easy to have negative thoughts, but when those thoughts do start occurring, try and change your mindset. Maybe things didn't go the way you wanted, maybe things changed, maybe someone was rude to you at the grocery store, but always try and see the good moments when these things happen. You can ask anyone in my life. Anytime I have like a negative thought, I always try and think of 1 to 2 positive thoughts afterwards. Like if I'm like, oh my God, like this line is so long at the post office. Like I don't want to sit in this line and I'm so annoyed and I'm so agitated. When I have that thought, I will stand there and I'll be like, okay, I am so grateful that I was able to walk to this post office. And I am also so grateful that I have money to ship out these packages and I can buy gifts for my family and I am able to stand in this line. It could literally just be as simple as that. To me, it kind of like cancels it out. Like if I have a negative thought and I think of positive thoughts afterwards, I'm like, okay, the negative thought really was never there. Like I just needed to change my mindset and change the way that I was thinking. And it also helps my mind not get in the habit of thinking the negative thoughts and thinking poorly of other people or events. It's really easy to judge others, especially like on social media. Maybe it's just people that you run into like on the side of the street, but you never know what other people are going through. You never know other people's struggles. And it's so important to try and be that light in the world by thinking positively, by being a light, by having a positive mindset that is going to shine through. You never know the impact that you have on other people and how that might change their day around. Like maybe they were having a bad day, but maybe you just smiling at them or just being like a positive light can really just change people's lives. Like it truly can be that easy. Being kind is free. Being sweet to other people and trying to be as understanding as possible is just so important, especially in the world today that is just so negative and it's just full of so many just like negative things, rude people. Like always try to be the light and always try and think positive thoughts. I hope this video gave you some ideas on how to romanticize your winter, and these also can be applied like anytime throughout the year too. If you've made it to this part of the video, go ahead and comment down the snowflake emoji as well as one way you love romanticizing your life. You only get to live life once. So I think it's so important to see the beauty in things, enjoy the little moments, look forward to things, be happy about things. I love you guys so, so much. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to join the family, click that subscribe button also. I love you guys so much. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye.